Alright, yeah, I'm back. And Patchy, that's exactly what I'm saying. When it comes down to the way Overwatch does it, and a lot of other games do it, you can pay obscene amounts of money just to get shit. If I'm gambling, if I'm out gambling, at least in a casino, the most I can expect to get back is cash. I can always expect to at least get some cash or lose cash, and that's the trade-off. With Overwatch, I'm not guaranteed to get any cash back or any actual return that I might enjoy. If I get 4 whites or 2 whites and 2 blues, it's not really going to affect how happy I am with the product. In fact, it might negatively affect it because it might be for heroes I don't even play, or heroes I don't want to play, or heroes I might just be bad at. Patchy, I figured it out, by the way. I figured it out. I figured out what was wrong. Apparently, the window, the way OBS had set it up, apparently it had spread it all the way down to the bottom right. So it was only showing a quarter of the screen that it could have been. I fixed it. I fixed it. But I am back. Hold on, I need to... Stream is back. Alright. Warden! I know some of Warden's combos, I think, maybe. Oh, my leg. And on the topic of said loot boxes again. Oof. When I'm playing a video game, such as Overwatch, and the only reward I get for playing that video game overall in Overwatch is skins. I don't get currency unless I get RNG lucky there too. If the only thing I gain from your game is those types of rewards, because let's face it, if you're playing a game, the most thing you want to get out of it is fun. And if you're not having fun, what's the point of playing it? Yes, thank you for the updated settings. We'll see how it keeps going. And yeah, that's the point. It's actually gambling at that point.
You captured Zone C.
Patchy does make a good point, and that's kind of the point I'm making. They don't label it as gambling. When it comes down to it, they try to deny it's gambling. They act like it's not gambling at all. Ooh. And that's the biggest problem with it. There are games that try to label it as a reward system. They try to label it as a reward system. And I'm fine if it's an actual reward system and I'm actually being rewarded for the time I'm putting into the game. I'm not fine with them making it a gambling system and then trying to outright deny that it's gambling at all. Oof, he swung faster. Yes, if I could just buy what I wanted, that'd be fine. And this is where I'm going to go into other microtransaction territories where I think they've been done well in games. And to be fair, I'm not going to talk about free-to-play games here. I'm not going to talk about free-to-play games because I do have to make money somehow. But I will call out free-to-play games that do it in a very scummy manner. with Overwatch and Elder Scrolls Online. If we compare those two games, they're both multiplayer games, they're both online games, and they both need to make money to basically keep their services running overall. But in Elder Scrolls Online case, you get rewarded by playing the game in other ways. Your only reward system is not just the skins. You get so much more out of the game than just skins as a reward system for leveling up. You actually feel like things are happening when you do something. And when it comes to their microtransactions, even though I don't think they should really have it as intensive as they do, they do it in a way where it's not scummy. You can buy the credits that you want, and then you can go use those credits to credits to go into the store and buy what you want from them. Fuck, I'm not just doing so bad. I'm mostly trying to focus on chat so I can keep the conversation going, and you can probably see that because my head's turned towards here instead of towards the camera where my screen is. I don't think gambling belongs in video games. Unless the game specifically is a gambling game, like a slot machine or something. You'd be fucking kidding me. No, no. I don't. Did the stream go down? I got disconnected from the internet. I got disconnected in the middle of the game. So that was just for honor. That wasn't my internet that time. That's good to know. Like a third my upload speed? What is my bitrate at? I think I set it to the same as yours. If I were to change it. Upload speed. Hold on. Let me just run a speed test real quick. Download's pretty good. Alright. Alright. Okay. Alright. I'll change my bitrate down to I I think that might be on your side with the bit rate or buffering problems. Alright, so I'm just gonna drop it down to 2000 though. I'll drop my bitrate down to 2000. So it's easier to view. If I'm still having problems then I'll do something about it. But overall it should be working well. It looked like it was running smoothly to me. I might have been wrong. Because I wasn't really paying attention to the video itself. I was paying more attention to the chat overall. That my focus is on the chat and blah, 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 conversing about the topic at hand. Like you said earlier, I would prefer if there's to be any microtransactions in the game, I would prefer. There's only 3 people here. I would prefer I can buy it a currency instead of buying the loot boxes. Or they were 2 separate things. So if I wanted to buy the loot box, I could go ahead and do that. Or it's something I could buy with the currency. If I wanted the loot box, I could buy that with the currency I earned. Or bought. Instead of being forced to use the currency. Okay, Peacekeeper again. Instead of being forced to only buy loot boxes or only earn loot boxes, only grind for loot boxes. It's just a shitty way to reward someone, in my opinion. And with Call of Duty World War II, I haven't played much of the game. I only played it twice. One was at my girlfriend's cousin's house. Or uncle's house, I should say. And the other time was... Actually, no, I've only played it once. I've only played it once, but I've seen how they try to bait people into spending more money on there. And I've seen the way that their reward system works. And it's definitely not worse than Overwatch's. I can say that much at least. It's not worse than Overwatch's because at least you can earn the guns through playing the game. And you get that a rewarding sense through that at least. Instead of just being forced to gamble on your reward. For rewards you might not even want. I'd much rather save up currency than be forced to... Ooh.
You captured Zone A.
Than be forced to gamble on something. Oh, they bled to death. That's unfortunate.
You captured Zone C. You lost Zone A.
DLCs. Let's move on to the DLC topic. The way DLCs have been done lately are, I think, in and of themselves, pretty scummy. Oof.
You lost Zone C.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you can actually earn the currency in the game without gambling on the currency, I think that's a much better system overall. And moving on to the DLC topic. The way I've seen the DLC done as of late has been pretty crummy. I think if you want the best money back guarantee for a DLC in games, The best place you're going to find that is in RPGs. The best place you'll find that is in RPG games, and you can debate with me on that. You can debate with me on that a lot, but I think the best DLCs have come from RPG games. Oof, I'm down. Ooh. Ooh. To talk about successful game DLC, I think the best place to look would be The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 had some amazing DLC. I've played through The Witcher 3. I still haven't beaten all the DLC for the game. I do plan on doing that. I rebought it for the PC because I originally owned it on the Xbox One. And I had to rebuy the DLC and all that stuff. But I think it's worth it because I do enjoy the game. I feel like I got my money's worth from it. I don't feel like I was being screwed out of characters like what happens here, where I have to grind for hours upon hours upon hours just to get one of the DLC characters.
You lost Zone A.
Oof.
You lost Zone C.
Is Reese still here? The game seems to be running smoothly on the stream. But yeah, when you can argue with me about it, because I do think there are a lot of RPGs that don't follow the good DLC rule I'm setting for it. But I think RPGs tend to have better DLC overall in comparison to other games. For Honor doesn't have the greatest DLC policy. I thought that.
You capture Zone A.
Wow. Reese's. I feel bad for you because it does seem to be running smoothly on my phone while I'm also streaming. So I'm not having the same problems as you.
You lost Zone
Where do you
A.
work that the Wi-Fi is so shitty?
Your name is breaking.
I can play Peacekeeper better than this. I'm just really not focusing on the game too much. The game isn't my main focus. I'm trying to think of really bad DLC in video games. There we go.
Breaking.
I did something. I did a thing, guys. Are you proud of me? But,
You captured Zone A.
yeah, as I was saying, RPGs, some of the best DLC. When it comes down to it, I guess I could argue that sports games have really poor DLC. Ooh.
Lost Zone C.
Fucking, honestly.
Your team is breaking.
Ooh.
You captured Zone C.
Ooh, hold on. Ooh.
You lost Zone A.
Alright, this is getting heated. Hold on.
You captured Zone A.
Ooh.
You lost. Your team is breaking.
Fucking bastard. Sports games.
Zone C.
Lots of sports games. In fact,
Enemy team is breaking.
microtransactions are the worst in sports games. I can say that with a certainty. Microtransactions are in fact the worst, as well as the DLC policies for sports games. I think they're just overall really, really bad. You can argue with me about that, but with the policies they have, it's pretty shit. GTA 5 has some pretty horrendous microtransactions in their game with the shark card. I pressed the X. Oof. But when it comes down to it, with the way shark cards are in GTA 5, Rockstar has fallen out of my good boy list. Although I guess I could blame Turtle Rock Studio for that. But it's not like Rockstar's stopping them. Rockstar isn't doing anything to stop them. Oh, we won. We can talk about what the fuck is the currency for NBA? I can never remember the currency for NBA because I don't play NBA. I've played it a few times, but I don't play it back to back to back to back because I don't enjoy it. And I certainly do believe that games like that can do it way better. If they really wanted to, they could release DLC that actually mattered. But they don't try. EA doesn't try to do that. EA's trying to get all of your money. And they will kill off any good company in the progress of doing that. Dead Space, good game series. Dead Space 3, horrible game in that series. And it was only made horrible because EA was shoving microtransactions down our throats. Mass Effect, great series. I love the Mass Effect series. I put way too many hours into the Mass Effect series. Right now, Andromeda killed it. And why did Andromeda kill it? Because EA has been fucking them. Or, from what I've heard, that it was a really big deal between studios, what was happening there. They were forced to use a different engine majority of the way through their development process. Andromeda was a shit show. It had poor management all the way up and down the ranks. You can blame EA for that too. You can blame BioWare itself for fucking around like that and having two different projects of such a huge nature going on at once. This isn't fair for the other team. We have a rank 25. Andromeda killed Mass Effect. I think we can say that because I do believe that they said they weren't going to do a sequel. They were planning to do a brand new trilogy with the Mass Effect saga, but it's dead. It's gone. And you know, I'd prefer it die with 3 than Andromeda, because I enjoyed 3 for at least some of the things it brought to the table. I could enjoy Mass Effect 3. The ending may have been bad, but the majority of the story overall was good to me. I could enjoy the story, and I'll say that no matter what anyone else says.
You lost Zone A.
Oh! I didn't mean to do that. Except for all the EA games I like. The only games I think I've recently bought from EA have been Dragon Age games. I mean, that's because I love Dragon Age. I love the setting, I love the universe, and I love the lore and the story. It's a huge inspiration to me when I'm writing. I take great inspirations from David Gaylor. Ow! I'm being jumped. I'm being jumped, team. Where are you?
You captured Zone A.
Nope. Ah, fucking hell.
Lost Zone C.
FIFA credit card stolen, yeah. EA's a horrible publisher overall. I don't like the way they do business, because in terms of things, we can look over at Nintendo. Nintendo had a bad streak. They had some poor systems with some poor games with some poor controls. With the Wii and the Wii U.
You lost Zone A. You captured Zone C.
Ooh. Overall, hold on. Oof. I believe there's a long line of companies that EA has killed off. A long line of game series that they have killed off. And you probably haven't even heard of half of them. Because they've been dead for years now. The makers of Dead Space, they're dead. They're dead and gone. I think they killed off Pandemic Studios. They're in the process of killing off BioWare. They say EA treats their employees good, but that doesn't mean much to me. That doesn't mean much to me when they treat their developers like shit. The people who actually help develop their games and make their games really good. If they're shit publishers, it doesn't matter overall. Fuck. I'm getting distracted by the game. And I don't want to focus on the game. I'm just waiting for you guys to add more into the conversation.
Lost Zone C.
I didn't... Ooh, I'm dead. Ooh, I'm dead. I just wish some of my favorite game developers weren't tied to EA, and it's why I've started supporting more indie devs as of late. I do believe the indie department can grow with Kickstarters and stuff like that. But when it comes down to the way a lot of Kickstarters fall apart before they really get started, how a lot of the Kickstarters are pretty shady, how there's only been a few successes from the Kickstarters. I believe it has potential, but the potential is wasted by people who will squander it and use it for their own means. You know what I mean? Kensei, you run so slowly. I'm looking over at my phone waiting for the chat to update, and I'm not seeing it go up. Trying to develop the stream off of more user interactivity between me and the viewers. You guys are very quiet right now. I'm not sure what to say. I'm trying to spawn conversation. I can only say so much as an individual when it comes to my opinions. I don't want to seem one-sided in the way I present myself. I want to be able to face the music and be able to admit when I've made a bad point. Oof, I tried to roll. DLC. I also don't like when it comes to DLC, since I'll just continue the topic since no one seems to be jumping in on it. When it comes down to DLC, there has been a lot of on-disc DLC, which is, if you don't know what that means, it's just DLC that has been locked, that's on the game. It's been made with the game, but it's been taken out of the game, and so you have to pay extra for it. There's been a lot of that going on, and I think that's shady as fuck, to add something into the game and then rip it out only to throw it back at them and say, pay more for this. I think that's shit, and that's a shit way of doing. Victory. That is a very shit way of doing business and to sell games. I think it's a very dishonest way of being a game dev or publisher, or maybe even both if you publish your own games. I think it's a very shitty way of treating the consumer. And it's been done by Capcom, by Konami. I'm trying to think of who else has done this. I guess I could accuse Paradox Interactive of doing this too, because they've had games previously where there have been mechanics in it in the earlier spawns of the series, and then they've ripped it out. They've just taken the heart and soul of the game out of it, and then just when the next one comes out, they're like, oh, we have to work on it again, so throw money at us. Throw a lot of money at us, in fact. Half of what the game's worth at us, in fact. The DLC policy of Paradox Interactive annoys me. I don't play Shigoki. It's going to be horrible. Paradox Interactive. I think all their DLC together on Crusader Kings 2 is around $200 something now. Not as bad as Train Simulator DLC. Don't get me wrong. Train Simulator DLC, that's over $5,000 altogether. Train Simulator on its own. And I don't really... Oh. Lots of stuff happening in the Discord. I think I'm just gonna focus back on my stream. My stream has been nice. Yeah, I assumed it was Discord convos. And yes, I agree with that, Patchy. I've had so many problems with it when it comes to balancing of DLC characters in fighting games. A lot of fighting games follow the policy of let's release very overpowered characters on their launch, so people will want to buy them and spend a lot of money to try to get them, or spend a lot of money to buy them. Fixing my mistake there. I was treating it like it was a loot box system, which it is not. I just double parried. I need help. Fighting games are really bad with that. Ubisoft is really bad with that. I'm gonna run back to A so I can heal, but I know exactly what you mean when it comes down to it. They do. They really change the way the game's played. And I think when it comes down to For Honor, it really throws off the more elite players because they have to get used to a whole new different character's playstyle coming into the game. So they may have their mains now, but their mains their mains will have to adjust. And the way they play has to adjust for all these new characters added in. And don't get me wrong, it does add life to the game, these new characters. They add more life to the game with the way... Oh fuck, I'm being ganked. I got ganked hard. I should press X, but I didn't have the chance to there. Anyways, as I was saying, I do agree completely with your point there, and it's especially truthful when it comes down to Rainbow Six Siege and For Honor. These two games, you can really tell what happens when a new character gets added. I will complain for days about the way Centurion gets played and how overpowered he can be sometimes, because he bothers the fuck out of me. I hate fighting against Centurion. I'm dead. Centurion and Shaman, I think, have shook up the Hornet's Nest the most when it comes to For Honor DLC. If you take a look at it, the Shaman having barely any... there's no recovery time limit on the way their pounce works. And their pounce does a lot of damage. You can't punish it at all. unless the shaman's bad. And no, most of the time people don't play bad shamans. Unless, because the shaman has to be really bad for that to happen. These two are just going around jumping everyone. But Shaman in and of itself is an OP class, just like Centurion, because they're extremely quick. They're extremely quick on their lights and heavies. They don't have punishable combos. If they miss a combo, if they miss a very important, like, unblockable or combo, you can't punish them for it, because they can instantly go back to blocking again. I wasn't expecting her to run.
You captured Zone A.
All the unblockables on the DLC characters fuck shit up. I agree. I think the most balanced DLC characters I fought, out of all the ones I fought, are the Aura and the Shinobi. Those two Japanese characters that were added in. Because the Shinobi, while fast, isn't bullshit in its speed. And Aura, I've played around with Aura and I faced Auras. They do... While they do have the fucking downwards block that Centurion gets, I don't think it's as bullshit as the Centurion Turtle meta.
Your team is breaking.
I like this, Wow! What a bitch! Yeah, I really like the art style on that. The art style is really fucking good. Oh, I didn't know I got revived. Oh, Highlander, why'd you do it to him? It's a really good profile picture. Don't look at my sneezing face. Don't judge me. We all have those moments. Ooh, Rip Warden. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? I think I was talking about balanced DLC characters. Ubisoft knows how to make balanced DLC characters. I don't know why I didn't cancel that. I knew that wasn't going to hit him. Aura and Shinobi, I think, are balanced. Highlander's a bit of a toss-up. I think the stances can be OP in some instances, but overall, I think Highlander's okay. Centurion's fucked. I think the Vikings are fucked. Okay, shoulder bash. I got shoulder bashed to death. Oof, rip Highlander. I really think Centurion and Shaman were both mistakes. just huge mistakes. Whoever made Shaman and Centurion need to rethink their life choices. Okay. Yeah, Highlander is really strong when ganking. Centurion is extremely OP in 1v1s. Well, this is kind of straying from the DLC topic and more focusing on problems I have with Ubisoft's DLC policies and For Honor, specifically. So I'm going to generalize it again, go back to DLCs as a whole. On Disc DLC, it's horrible. Train Simulator DLC, fuck it. If anyone's sorry for them. I don't think it's healthy to spend that much on a game. I can understand putting money towards a game. I can understand putting money towards a game you love. But once you start to reach 1K in that game, $1,000 in that game, I think it's going over the limit. I really think that something's wrong there. Black Desert Online. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard about Black Desert Online by now. If you haven't, I don't know what to say. I'll explain what it is. It's an MMORPG that was released in Korea and then was moved over to America. It's free to play in Korea. It's free to play, so they have microtransactions on it over there because it's free to play over there. But when it came to America, you had to spend money on it. You had to spend upfront money on it to be able to access the game. And for the longest time, I was extremely disappointed. I was extremely disappointed because of that. Because I was like, this game looks really good. The graphics are really nice. The character design looks really nice. It looks like a decent game. I would love to play this. And I was like, I don't have the money to be throwing at MMOs all of a sudden. I don't have money to be throwing at subscriptions. I was already spending money on Xbox Live Gold at the time, and my computer probably couldn't run it anyway, so I was like, there's no point. Why would I do that? It'd be really stupid of me to do that at that point. But, what was I gonna say? Fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Black Desert Online. I was gonna start talking about their microtransactions and how microtransactions can completely ruin a good game. How a pay-to-win system can really just utterly destroy the way a game comes out. And this has been happening to a lot of MMOs, and this is why World of Warcraft still remains one of the most played MMOs to date in comparison to other ones. The reason that is because other games, a lot of the MMOs are coming from the Eastern markets. They're coming from the Eastern markets over to the Western audience. And these are two different audiences. They all like different things. They like spending money on different things. They act according to different things. And that's just because of the way they grew up around their video games and how dedicated they are to their video games. The pay-to-win policies in a lot of the MMOs that have been coming out that are either free-to-pay or free-to-play have been garbage. The microtransaction policies have been absolute garbage. I don't know why I'm in this match. I am lower than everyone. I am completely lower than everyone. I've been thrown into an unwinnable situation. there's a lot of things that are made extremely easier if you spend money. And there are a lot of people who will defend these games to the death. They will take a bullet for this game if it meant people wouldn't talk shit about it.
Seal the gate.
Because at the end of the day, when it comes to these games, people don't like to admit they have faults. So the community becomes more toxic as a whole. People become more toxic as a whole.
Zone A. You captured Zone C.
Oh yay. And they start gating out new players. They start alienating people who... Ooh, there goes my stamina. There goes my stamina. Oof. And I think it really shines through in Black Desert Online because PvE isn't the focus of that game. The thing about Black Desert Online, if you want to get anywhere in that game, if you want to make money, if you want to get the maximum enjoyment out of the game, you have to have it running in the background and not be playing the game. If the best thing that can be said about your game is that it has a way for you to play it without actually playing it,
You lost Zone C.
I'm not gonna do that gang shit. But, the reason I put 50 hours into BDO, and that's only in the PvE because my computer sucked, it couldn't run anything else.
You lost Zone A.
Ooh.
You captured Zone C.
Ooh, I'm dead. Oh no. Ooh, I'm dead. Oof. Ooh, rent-to-play games. This is the problem I have with games like World of Warcraft. Subscription fees. They have microtransactions too, and you have to pay a lot more for the expansion packs. Those don't come with the subscription fee. You have to pay more for those. What I don't understand about a subscription fee, I understand why people say they need a subscription fee, but when they also have microtransactions thrown in, it's like, do they really need it at that point? Because they're kind of milking you dry. They're milking you for all you're worth, and you're letting them. You are nothing but cattle to them at that point. When it comes to subscription games, you're basically playing a rent-to-play game. You're paying them to continue. You're paying them continuously to pay for a service or a product that should already be yours by default. Nope. Nope, I'm not being deathballed. I am not being deathballed. And you know, everyone says ESO died after they got rid of their subscription service, but they've been more alive than ever since they got rid of their subscription service. MMOs work better without a subscription service, I think. I think they work better off of a more microtransaction-y form of payment, because more people are willing to stick around then because they'll be able to pay when they actually have the money instead of having to put aside money ahead of time for that, because not everyone's going to want to do that, and not everyone's going to want to put in that much time and effort into a game, or if they don't have a lot of time, they don't want to continuously spend money on a game they don't have all that time for. We can have an entire 3-hour discussion about MMOs on their own. If we really wanted to talk about the way MMOs are done, how I think an MMO could be done well, or how successful MMOs really last or stand the test of time, that don't follow the WoW format, I would look at ESO. I look at ESO and I'm like, ESO has stood the test of time. They tried what WoW did at first with the subscription service, and then they changed it.
You captured Zone C.
I am being ganked.
You lost.
I can't even move. I've been stuck. Fucking hell. That's fun. I love being ganked by 2 Kensei and a Centurion. 2 of the hardest characters to predict what they're going to do, along with a character who can heavy attack as fast as he quick attacks. My favorite part about this game. Thanks, Ubisoft. I didn't even realize I had a catapult. I should have used that on them, honestly.
You captured Zone A.
No, I'm not gonna do it to him. Not yet. Heavies that are faster than light. They're faster? That's nice to know. I'm glad. I'm glad that their heavies are faster than lights. What a great way to make a character.
Enemy team is breaking. You lost. The enemy rally.
Ooh, I'm dead. Ooh, I'm dead. Ooh. That range, though.
You lost Zone A.
For Honor can frustrate me at times.
Your team is breaking.
I'm getting messaged on Discord. Oh, it's about NSFW access? Do people not read roles info? Jesus.
You captured Zone Rally.
I'm so disappointed in people. People are still messaging me. They're gonna have to wait. I am in the middle of something important, and then I'll send them the user agreement when I'm ready. When I'm good and ready.
You captured Zone A. Breaking.
Ooh. I love being knocked to the ground even when I have stamina. That's my favorite part about Centurion. I can't fight when everyone's here like this. Fucking hell. Alright. Hold on, looking back at stream chat. I was distracted by Discord. I apologize. I love soft feints. Did I get killed while I wasn't looking? Patchy, can you tell Delusional that, to wait until my match is over? I didn't want to do that. The feats in this game can be very stupid, yes. Hold on, I gotta give Delusional their roll. Okay. Oh jeez, I wasn't ready. I wasn't paying attention. We're at Ashfield? Ooh, Lawbringer. I haven't played Law Daddy in a while. Whew. In fact, I haven't played Law Daddy in... I think the last time I played him, I randomed him, and that was a week ago? I think the last time I honestly tried playing Lawbringer was a year ago. A year and some change. It's been a very long time. As I try to get all these notifications out of the way so I know what I'm doing. I believe you're the only one here now, Patchy. And that's fine. I'm glad I have at least one person watching me. That's a success in and of itself, because my dog fell asleep. I don't even have my dog watching me now. Oh, jeez.
For your mothers, for your children, for your clan, to die!
There... I feel like, talking more about different things that have happened in the game industry over the past few years. But, fuck. I'm not sure... Ooh, there goes my stamina. I'm dead. Oh, damn. Sad times in the stream. A lot of people seem to have been looking forward to it, but I don't think the people who actually look forward to it actually realize when I do start streaming. Like, Kit seemed excited. I didn't see Kit join. Edgar wished he could join, and I wish Edgar was here too. He likes to talk, and I like talking to Edgar.
You lost Zone C.
there are not a lot of people who show up overall, but I do enjoy the people who do show up. I enjoy talking to them. What is he pinging me for? Can you tell me what it's about? Wow. Okay, Valk. Okay, Valk.
You captured Zone C.
Tell Lettuce to DM me instead of adding me. I don't do mentions. If you're going, tell him the next person who mentions me instead of reading roles info will be in for a beatdown. A cool dad beatdown. Lettuce can wait for news. I thought I already gave it to Lettuce though, to be honest. Don't do it. Oh, they did it to him. I did not want that on my. Oh, they did it to her too. I'm sorry. I didn't want to be a part of that. I didn't need to be a part of that, but I was. Zone attack. NSFW is going to become the most popular channel, just you wait.
You lost Zone C. You captured Zone A.
Don't spam the ballista, please. I'm not going to defend them. I hate people who do. I hate people who do that. Ooh, fuck. I love this. I love you, Centurion. You're my favorite character to fight. Because you can just spam that. That's nice. Ooh. That right there, what you just saw, that's why I hate Centurion. That is why Centurion is a poorly made DLC character. They can just spam that. If they get that off, you can't do anything about it. You're dead. There's nothing you can do. You can just keep on doing that. I'm gonna get out of here before I get killed by a soldier. I got killed by a soldier. I do love the unblockable scent spam, especially when I'm still on the ground.
You lost Zone A.
I have so many. I had like 8 messages to respond to. So have you played For Honor recently, Apache? I was about to call you Lettuce because Lettuce was on my mind. Because I had just looked at his message. I'm not going up there with the rest of them. Do they think I'm some type of degenerate? Had any good For Honor games lately? Any good For Honor tournaments? I was going to continue talking about the state of the game industry. But seeing how we're the only people here, there's not much discussion that I can have through that. Played some Berserker. How'd that go? Ooh, that's... Oh shit, you're much better than I am. I love when people try to kill me with the ballista. I love even more when they miss. Ooh. Ooh, I am out of stamina. Ooh, I'm dead. Ah, Nobushi. That wasn't a good fight. I did horrible, but
Your team is breaking.
is Lettuce still called Lettuce on the server? Yeah. Okay. Made it easier to track them down. You're typing out their Discord name. Oh wow, I'm being killed at my spawn. I love how both these characters can knock me to the ground, and there's nothing I can do about it. I love that. I love that. Yay. The rules has